Hi guys, my name is Moira Riccio and I am a personal trainer and fitness coach on the North Shore. And I'm here today to invite you to the very first show of the Kiki Mo Show. For
That's
the very
right.
first episode. So I want to introduce my good friend Kiki Walker.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you, Maura. Yes, and we're welcome to the Kiki Mo Show. And as Mo and I were just talking about, we said, maybe the quarantine has gotten to us, that we actually think that name is really funny and cute, and hopefully you all agree.
That's
But my name is Kiki Walker, and I have a business. I live in Marblehead, but work all over the Boston area. It's a health and wellness business. It's called Kiki Walker Wellness. And Maura and I met at a networking event, which was just an amazing thing to happen, because we really have found that we have so many things in common. And, we could talk about, our passion for wellness and fitness for a long time. And I think, what we came up with was that we just really want to share with all of you just some great tips. And maybe there are things that you can just take and use in your everyday life. And we're going to try to keep these short, even though the two of us could be here and talk forever.
right.
But, because we're obviously both, you're going to see, very passionate about what we do. But I think, Maura, you were going to start just talking about the importance of fitness and just sort of, in our current situation, obviously how important it is and how
That's
difficult it can be.
You're totally right. And in fact, guys, listen, this is the quarantine life. Like, we're all living something that we've never experienced before. So we are just teaming up here because we want to put it out there to you guys that, like, listen, we're all in this together. Life is not a Facebook post, right? Let's face it. We are just eating too much. We're not exercising enough. We're stressed out from just being cooped up inside a lot. And it's strange. Even when you go to the grocery store, you got to wear the mask, and then you're just nervous about being close to people. Like, it's not in our human makeup to act the way we're acting right now. So it's really, it is, I think, troubling for all of us at some point, obviously, with people dying from this terrible virus, and so much bad news is constantly going on. Anyway, we do have to regroup. We've been in this now for 6 weeks, maybe even 8 weeks. I'm not even sure. What day is it?
We don't know.
But we do have to keep up the exercise. And even the best of us do not get the exercise that we want to get on a day-to-day basis. But we just want to let you know that it is important to keep moving. In fact, I was just telling Kiki right before we started recording that my daughter has been doing a lot of workouts with me over this time, but also, finding some good, fun YouTube people and just doing like half an hour workouts here and there. And she said to me yesterday, she goes, "You know what, Mom? I'm finding that my workouts aren't like I have to do it. I find now that I want to do it."
Oh, it's wonderful.
And it's all about putting it in your routine. It is. I was never like really into lifting weights, to be honest with you. And like lately, I just find myself hanging around in my studio, listening to a podcast, and just like randomly lifting weights. Just feel like I'm doing something. Am I getting my cardio in? No, right? It's not perfect. And even my mom said to me yesterday, I called her to make sure she was okay. And she said, "Well, I've got to keep up my exercise, because if I do get this thing, I want to beat it." And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, can I get that on tape?
Absolutely.
She's 80. And she says, and the thing is, we don't know how this affects everyone. You don't know. You don't. I mean, my brother-in-law had a heart attack a year and a half ago. He got it. And I was convinced. I was like, oh my gosh, he's 62. And oh my God, how is this going to affect him? He totally came out of it. His wife was sick in bed for 3.5 weeks. So we can't control whether we're going to get this virus. We can't control our health at all in the coming years. What we can control, right, is how we treat our body. We can control trying to create a mindset of preventative rather than, putting a Band-Aid on it and just taking an Advil and for your pains, right? Everybody will tell you, even with arthritis, like the best thing you can do is just to keep moving. And of course, Kiki will tell you about the eating. Now, listen, we don't want to just pass judgment. It's not like we're here to say, like, I've never sat on my butt on the couch all day and watched Netflix, because I have. And it's not like Kiki saying like, I've never eaten a McDonald's French fry, because she has. But we just want to, again, share ideas with you.
Right. Right. No, and it is so true. And I think, it's always good to remember, and I think it's a reality check too, is that everyone, there's going to be great days. You're going to wake up and you're going to say, this day I've got it, and you've got it that day. There's going to be days you say it and it doesn't happen. Right. But I do think that, always sort of going back to that and understanding the importance of, what I always remind people is we've been given one body to live in, and it truly is our job to take care of it. Right. And I think, obviously first and foremost for yourself, it's so important, but also just for your family members, look at, more just what you said of your mom, like the fact that she's taken such good care of herself. I have the same situation with my mother, and she's 82, and, she's walking, COVID-19 hasn't stopped her for a second. She's walking 5.5 miles every day. And, it's just so amazing. So it is awesome for me to also have that comfort. Now, again, we have no idea how anything in life is going to affect us, right? None of us do. But what I always remind people is going in with the best ammunition. And what is that ammunition? It's the healthiest body. But also your healthiest body comes with not just eating right, obviously eating right and exercise are really the two main parts of wellness, right? Because what that goes into is that, your mental health is, your gut and brain health are 100% connected, right? Your brain, when you're talking about your brain health, you're talking about endorphins. When are endorphins released? They're released when you exercise. So all those, it's all connected, but also
it's all connected. It is. And May is mental health
yes,
month,
it is.
Something like this. So, it's all connected. It's really, really makes a difference. And people have written books on, how to eat certain foods to boost your mood and this and that. Everyone knows that you're going to feel better when you have, an organic chicken dinner with roasted vegetables versus Chinese food, right?
Right.
But, again, we just want to be able to boost our immune system as best we can. It's like the 80-20 rule, right? You want 80% of the time, you want to eat organic, you want to eat healthy food. Then the 20%, okay, great. Have some French fries and watch Netflix. But as long as you're consistent with exercising and with eating right, you're going to be better off for it. Your immune system is going to be stronger. Even when you do get sick, then you can recover more quickly.
Absolutely.
What are some of the immune boosting foods do you think people could focus?
So what I always say to people is really your best bet is to always eat, fresh food, eat non-processed food. It's the processed food that really gets us in trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you an example. Today I was talking to a new client that started working with me. And, she said, Kiki, I don't think that, this house would exist without tortillas. We just love tortillas. And, earlier in the week, we had a conversation, and I just gave her sort of some tips and things to think about this week and how she was going to sort of move forward. Right. And she said to me, just from our one conversation, I actually took a look and I thought, you know what, I'm going to look at this and, label. And Kiki said I could, send the picture of the label, but I'm going to go ahead and look myself. And she said, I was so surprised to see this, and I've never thought to myself to look at this, right? And I know the ingredients are not serving my body because, as you said, I don't recognize it. So if I don't recognize it, then my body's not going to recognize it, right? And so what I always remind people too is that when you have food that's not processed, right? Mm-hmm. Your body doesn't have to spend that time, that energy in trying to sort out, what that food is. And that's truly what happens. I always say to people, think of like your insides in this battle, right? This like battle, they're at war with this food where they're saying like, what is this ingredient? I have no idea. And the easiest way to look at it is if you don't know it, your body doesn't know it. Right. So instead of using that energy as fuel and saying, okay, I'm going to have this nutritious meal and I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and I feel really good and I'll have a great walk or I'll have a great run or an exercise. Mm-hmm. Instead of feeling that way, your body's in this battle and you're not using that full food for fuel. Right. So, And it's really is. So it's as much plant-based food as you can. I actually saw an article today that it was reported by Mark Hyman about talking about calcium, right? And talking about the different milks. You can get so much calcium from plant-based products, from nuts and seeds and
they last longer.
And it's amazing. Totally.
A lot longer.
Yes, and it lasts a lot longer. That's exactly right. And your body doesn't have to battle through any of that. So it really is amazing. But it's also important to recognize that these changes are not going to happen overnight, right? You shouldn't expect them to happen overnight, and that's okay. Habits are, another thing I always say to people is habits are not created overnight. They're not going to be broken overnight, right? So you just be patient with yourself. And I think, and so what would so I love the ideas of, so going to the fitness, and then we'll let you guys go, because as we warned you, overnight could be the Kiki Mo Show could go forever.
You're totally right. But according to Precision Nutrition, making one lifestyle change a month is good.
Right.
Okay? We want to leave you with
I like
a couple things. And the bottom line is
the ones that stick.
Yeah. And the bottom line is, what Kiki's saying about your body and like what it processes is absolutely true. Okay. It's almost like when you go to work out, you don't want to eat food like right before you work out, because your body's going to be so busy processing the food. It's not going to be available to like help you move. So you want to eat like an hour, a little bit before, maybe an hour and a half, an hour before you work out. And you want to eat certain foods before you work out. But the bottom line is, with your staying healthy, the best defense is a good offense.
Absolutely.
And that's how it's got to be. And we've got to start looking toward preventative wellness. We just have to. It doesn't matter what age you are, but I'm telling you, like, Kiki and I are eating, sleeping, and drinking wellness and fitness. So stick with us, because we will give you all different ideas on how to change your tune and change it up so that you feel better and you're healthier, and you just, and of course that helps your mind. It's an outlet.
It does. It's the
whole
whole package.
It's the whole package. We're the whole package.
We're the whole package. You just do it. But also just remembering that, just to be patient, and, but obviously too is, and we'll be talking about this, and maybe next week we'll, really focus more on, because as of next week, we're going to be getting closer and closer to that time, of boosting our immune system. So, coming to you with tips, and obviously if there are certain things you want to hear about, let us know, because if Maura and I have not talked about it before, then it gives us more excuse just to look into things and to research. And as you can tell with both of us, we just, we're very passionate about this, and always love to help. It's why we do what we do.
I always take requests. I love taking requests. You want shoulders, hips, legs, or core? Tell me. Tell me. I got a lot of ammunition up here. I got a lot of moves spinning around in my head. The best is when I wake up in the morning and I go, I had a dream last night about a core move. Do you guys want to hear about it? They're like, no, you're crazy. But anyways, I was thinking it'd be kind of fun for us to sign off, where you say, I'm Kiki, and I say, I'm Mo, and then we go, and we're the Kiki Mo Show. What do you think?
I like that. Okay, that's good. Go for it.
Well, you're first.
Okay, I'm Kiki.
And I'm Mo. And we're the Kiki
Mo Show. I said it wrong. We'll get better at that.
All right, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Yes. All right, have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.